Now, even though lots of dividend investors out there are looking to build a long-term portfolio and get the dividend income to the point to where they can pay for most of all of their living expenses and or even retire early, there's also a ton of dividend investors out there trying to build out a dividend paying portfolio and get it to the point to where it can cover a large amount of their bills, even something like their mortgage or their rent on a monthly basis. Now, if you're someone like that wants to build a portfolio to not only cover some of, but maybe all of your bills in the future, make sure to stick around because we're going to go over 5 high-yielding, dividend-paying stocks that can not only offer a boatload of cash flow from day one, but also pay investors consistently in a relatively safe manner. So if you want to see which 5 high-yield dividend stocks could be good options if you're an investor out there looking to pay your rent off of dividend income alone, make sure to stick around, drop a like down below, and let's go right into the first name. Real quick, for those that haven't already, make sure to go to the first link in my description and grab my new dividend investing ebook where I share exactly how I went from $0 invested to now earning over $6,000 on a monthly basis and over $1 million invested in the markets. Along with the ebook, you're also going to receive my custom dividend tracker where you can track your dividend progress on an ongoing basis and reach your dividend investing goals. So make sure to grab yourself a copy of my dividend investing ebook and the new dividend tracker today. It's the first link in my description. Now, the first dividend paying single stock that could be a good opportunity for investors to buy if they want to build out a portfolio that's going to cover massive bills like their mortgage or their rent long term is Altria, or ticker symbol MO. Now, Altria Group, as it says right here, remains America's largest tobacco company today despite splitting into 3 separate firms, and this was back in 2007 and 2008. And although ticker symbol MO is a pretty popular name, I'm sure a lot of you guys have either considered investing into this one or maybe you already have it in your portfolio. Over the last several years, I've seen more and more investors sort of steer away from this one. Now, this could maybe be because it's in the tobacco space. Some investors don't want anything to do with that, or the fact that Altria Group still offers sort of a borderline safe dividend as far as dividend safety goes. But either way, Altria Group, even where it's trading as of right now, which side out it's trading pretty high as of right now, it's still offering almost an 8% forward yield with some substantial dividend growth over the last several years. Now keep in mind, as you see right here, it looks like the dividends over time actually dropped off, but it says in 2008 when Altria spun off to Philip Morris, it led to a decrease in Altria's dividend. However, Altria has been paying and raising their dividends consistently over the last 50 plus years. So if you're looking to add a higher yielding name to your watch list and maybe grab some shares on the dip, Altria Group is definitely going to have on your list. And this is, as of right now, a stock in my long-term portfolio and a stock I'm going to add more of if it dips. Another high yielder that could offer a potential massive amount of dividends from day one is Franklin Resources, or ticker symbol BEN. Now, for those that don't know, Franklin Resources is a global investment management business designed to help individuals and institutions achieve long-term financial goals. And where Ben is trading at as of right now, it is offering one of the highest dividend yields that we've seen over the past several years, all the way back to probably 2020. A 6.23% forward yield means that Ben could be offering a good buying opportunity, and or this company could possibly be in some trouble. But over the last years, this stock has raised their dividend around 5% per year. The last 20 years around 13%. So there is some massive dividend growth. There's also a good amount of dividend safety, considering the stock has paid and raised dividends for the last 43 plus years. So even in this frothy market, if you're looking for a single stock that's yielding well above 6%, check out Ben if you haven't already. Another stock that's in the tobacco space is British American Tobacco. This one also has been trading up and to the right as of the last few months, but still is offering a 7.59% forward yield with some steady dividend growth historically. Now, over the last 20 years, British American Tobacco has raised their dividend on average around 9%. Over the last 5 years, it's been a little bit slower, and even in the last year, a little bit slower than that, but still 24 years of dividends, 24 years of dividend growth, and a single stock that could potentially offer some more upside from here. But while doing so, this stock, at least according to Simply Safe Dividends, does offer a borderline safe dividend. Now, BTI is low beta. I've owned this one for a long time now. I've seen it trade in the low 30s and right now in the high 30s. This stock for the most part has been a set it and forget it for me, and at least up until this point, I really don't have anything bad to say about it. Now, the last 2 high yielding stocks we're going to go through, these are 2 of my favorite single stocks of all time throughout the entire market, and these 2 are big positions in my portfolio, at least decent sized. The first single stock is Main Street Capital, or ticker symbol MAIN. You guys have probably heard me talk about this one before. This has to be my favorite monthly payer that offers almost a 5% forward yield. And although historically Main Street Capital has offered a much higher yield, keep in mind that Main Street Capital just keeps on trading up and to the right, basically trading at all-time highs as I film in this video. Now, Main Street Capital, in my opinion, has a really rock solid business model, and this single stock has done nothing but trade up and to the right, paid me dividends, and along with that, paid me special dividends over the past 3, 4, 5, 6 years that I've held onto it. Now, the dividend safety is definitely also there for Main Street Capital. The dividend growth is sort of meh, nothing too crazy, around 2 to 4% over the last year to the last 10 years. But keep in mind, Main Street Capital also has paid juicy special dividends, which is basically a dividend on top of a dividend, which has been amazing for investors. I've said this before and I'll say it again, this might not be the best opportunity as of right now to buy into Main Street Capital where it's trading as of currently, but if you're looking to long-term build out a portfolio that's going to help you cover things like your rent or your mortgage or other bills, Main Street Capital is still offering almost a 6% forward yield. Along with that, some upside and special dividends, Main Street Capital is one of the best to do it in its class. Now, the last high yielder that can also offer a ton of income right from day one has also been trading amazingly over the last few years and paying more and more in dividends over time is my other favorite high yielding single stock, EPD or Enterprise Product Partners. Now, as you can see right here, Enterprise Product Partners has grown into one of America's largest midstream master limited partnerships that services both producers and consumers of NGLs. And even though EPD is trading up into the right by a large margin as of right now compared to the last few years, EPD is still offering a 7+% yield, which is hard to find, especially in this market, especially when you're looking for something that offers some substantial dividend safety. Now, it might even be fair to say that EPD is one of the only single stocks that yields north of 7% right now that offers a 60 to 70 dividend safety score across the entire market combined. But there's not really all that much to say about EPD. This stock has been in my portfolio for several years. It's ultra low beta. Doesn't move around all that much. It keeps the portfolio in check. It pays dividends and pays more and more dividends over time, around 3 to 5% consistently, which is not bad whatsoever. 25 years dividends, 25 years dividend growth. This stock has been a monster in my portfolio. And if I look at the total return that EPD has offered me since I started buying it, we're talking probably 10 to 12% per year easily. Now, for investors out there that are looking to build out a portfolio and sort of search for single stock names that are offering a decent starting yield, which are going to pay you a lot of dividend income from day one, EPD or Enterprise Product Partners is definitely a single stock to look into. So there we have it. Those are 5 of my favorite single stocks that could offer a large amount of dividend income from day one. This is because they're all generally offering a much higher yield than most other stocks right now across the markets. Now, even though it has for a while now been hard to find deals for the stock market, if you buy into quality names, hold on to them for long enough, there can definitely still be some deals hiding throughout the market, even as of right now, where the market's trading pretty close to all-time high. But now, most importantly, lastly, I want to hear from you guys down below. If I were to ask you, what are some single stocks, some high yielders that are going to offer a lot more dividend income from day one, and even potentially later on in the future, help pay for things like your mortgage, your rent, or other important bills? Drop some ticker symbols in the comments down below, and I'll happily look through them. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like on it and subscribe for more future content like this. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.